Hi. Day four. Day four is really exciting. Today is really exciting. It's just that I've got a family full of people home and neighbours doing their weekend gardening and all the things. And all I want to do is talk to you. Day four. Beyond excited. Day four. I am getting a cold. I'm getting a cold. And that's really exciting. Why? Why is that really exciting? It's a cold. My cold, I haven't got a lot of energy. I feel like I'm walking through mud. Even though I had a great night's sleep, this nose is this side is a bit sort of blocked or running, sneezy. Typical cold, right? And I'm really excited because I'm really excited because this is the virus, the cold virus coming into my body and affecting, impacting, upgrading, up-leveling my DNA. Yep. Viruses are here to support our transcendence, our ascension, our up-leveling, all of those things, all of the words that we have for is like moving up. It's not necessarily moving up. It's more like moving down, like moving all the layers down into this. So it's more like descension than ascension. Anyway, the virus is supporting my ascension. We'll go with that for the moment because you know what I'm saying. The virus is here actually physically impacting my cellular structure so that I can physically go through the process of transmutation. It's supporting my transmutation. That's better. Whenever we get sick, it's like the process that we go through, right? So when you get sick, when you've got a cold, whatever, I got it from my kid, or I was on a flight and the person behind me was sick and now I'm sick. It's like that process of figuring out where the sickness came from makes us feel better. I don't know why, but in my process, it doesn't matter where you got the sickness from, because it's like, I am sick, my cells are changing. It's exciting. It's really exciting. Interestingly, a couple of years ago, when I'm standing under my washing line because my neighbour is in that section doing whippersnipping, and there's planes flying over and all sorts. I'm really trying. It doesn't matter, right? It's just like as long as the information is coming out. A couple of years ago was like I'm in Melbourne and were we in lockdown? Can't remember if we were in lockdown anyway, or I think I don't know, it's like My daughter, so it must have been 2022, and my daughter, funnily enough, had just had her first cochlear operation, and a couple of weeks later, I don't think she'd been switched on yet. So for those of you who don't know, you have the operation and then 2 weeks later you get switched on. It gets switched on, so you can actually hear. Whereas prior to that, they're just letting the area heal because it's like a cut behind your ear and things. And so I think anyway, it was around that time. And in Melbourne, we were being asked to test all the time, especially like with our kids. Like, I can't remember if we were in testing every day or like they were sending home packs, COVID testing kits to, like, for each kid to be testing all the time. And we did this test, I think it was on a weekend, and we'd done so many tests prior and they'd always been negative, and then this one was positive, and it was like, fuck. And he started crying, and then I did the little guy. So I did my eldest and then my youngest. And my youngest tested positive, and I was like, I feel like I've got it as well. I just feel. And so mine was so faint, and I was like, here we are. And then the next two family members, my daughter and my husband, tested positive like a day later. And so we're all at home with COVID together. And just prior to that, I'd kind of been journeying with Hermetic laws and the law of oneness, that we're all one. And I was like, okay, well, if we're all one, that means that we are one with COVID. If we are one with COVID, then it must be here to support us. And then I was guided through, intuitively felt to welcome COVID into my body. I know, explodes your brain, right? And so I was sitting there and I was like, okay, I welcome you into my field and open to your wisdom. So it was like I saw COVID as my friend coming to my house to give me information. And so I opened the door and I welcomed COVID in, and I said, come, sit with me. Let's have a chat. And that changed everything for me. Changed everything. Changed the way I looked at viruses. Changed the way that I looked at pain and discomfort. It was the start of looking at everything differently, as in viruses, pain, discomfort, mental anguish, any of those base vibrations I looked at differently. I saw differently. I felt differently. So the next time after that I was going through something, and those of us in the spiritual community, we're always pretty much going through something or journeying with something, and it's this extreme sort of extremely uncomfortable situations where something's triggered us. We're looking at it going, fudge, this is an interesting situation to be in. And instead of delving into it further to look at the why, to look at the anything along those lines, I just welcomed it in. Welcomed it into my field and opened to its wisdom. And so that's what I've been doing with viruses. That's what I've been doing with all of those base frequencies. And when you do that, something else happens. instead of feeling this thing in your body and wanting to get rid of it and do anything you can to get rid of it, I see it as an opportunity. As in, and some go, yeah, of course, it's an opportunity to look at the stress, to look at where life is, because virus, sickness is related to stress. And doing too much and all of, living, burning the candle at both ends and all that sort of stuff. And of course, well, previously, and research studies have shown and all the like, that cancer and all viruses, etc., is related to stress. And it may have been before, but because my process is different, because my process is very much, as I said, I'm excited to have this cold. And it's a process. It's a process of getting better and better, more at ease, more... I think last year my process was awesome. I'm sick, but fudge, mate. This feels crap. Even with family members that are sick, it's like, because I know, family with three kids, I know, one gets it and the next, and it's like sleepless nights and all the things, and it's like, great, I welcome you in, but I welcome you into my field and I'm opening to your wisdom, but far out. Can we do this another time? Whereas now, like, my family's been sick on and off for probably the last week and a half, and I'm not actively trying to distance myself. I'm like, and with others being sick, it's not like, yippee, I'm not like sticking like my daughter's tissues, up my nose so that I can get sick. That's not. It's like, if I'm meant to be sick, if I'm meant to go through this up-leveling process, the virus will find me. And the virus has found me. I started feeling not great last night. And then, this morning. And it's like, this is exciting. This is exciting. Transmutation. And interesting, I'm going to change hands because my arm's getting sore. Interestingly, I've read books in relation to DNA and DNA editing. And, a large portion of this stuff, DNA stuff, I had no idea about it. I haven't had a link to it ever until recently. And then it's like, you need to read DNA books, DNA editing. I'm reading about DNA editing research and how scientists use viruses to edit DNA. They use viruses, they use it in a more controlled environment, as in like, and it doesn't even work. Not to the degree that they're wanting it to work, that they're wanting it for. Because they're trying to control something that is well out of our control. Viruses, though, are here to support us in this transmutation process, in this process of moving from this current human experience to the next. If only we can welcome them in. And that is what I'm doing. As I said, I'm really excited to have a cold. I'm really excited to have a cold. I do feel a lot, like I'm walking through mud today. And like I just need to go to bed, even though I had a really good sleep. But I'm afraid that if I go to sleep now, I won't sleep very well tonight. Yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting.